You must be visiting from Liyue to participate in the Itadori Festival. We'll be your guides, and we'll take you onto the island. Huh? Is it Paimon, or have we met somewhere before?
Yes, in fact we have. I'm Shu from Feiyun Commerce Guild. Aboard this ship we have calligraphers, painters, and even players of Theater Mechanicus. The inventor of Theater Mechanicus previously came to the Feiyun Commerce Guild seeking investment. Although the guild manager was not interested, Master still wanted to support them. We heard that they'd be demonstrating the game and letting people try Theater Mechanicus at the Itadori Festival. So the guild manager instructed Master and I to take the opportunity to come to Inazuma and investigate the product's potential.
Oh, speaking of which, where's the young master?
Master, he's,
Whoa! Xingqiu's just sitting there, sound asleep.
What? Oh, it's the Traveler and Paimon. I presume you are guests in Inazuma as well? It seems fate has destined our paths to cross once again.
Oh, we aren't actually guests. We're actually guides for the Itadori Festival.
Please, no need to worry. I was a little too caught up in a novel on the voyage here. When I finally realized what time it was, the first rays of dawn were already peeking over the horizon. Yes, now that we've arrived, the Kanjo Commission will likely wish to inspect our invitation letter. Let's keep it in hand, shall we? Huh? That's odd. There was a piece of paper underneath my bag. Strange. I don't recall seeing it there before.
Ooh, let Paimon have a look!
Glorious court life was my youth, and my old age a moonlit haze. I had not wished to behave so treacherously, but my life was threatened. So I sought out my old work and hid them in my clothes. I do not understand the reason behind all that has happened, only that the mysterious person's motives must be perverse. This poem is dedicated to Akihito, who to my great sorrow was banished.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. It's from the same series as the story we found before. Even the handwriting looks exactly the same.
The story you found before?
Oh, yeah! In the warehouse down by the poem hunt competition! Yeah, that's it! A friend of ours is on Rito to paint portraits of the 5 Kasen. You know, as part of the Itadori Festival. Poetic stories about the 5 Kasen have been hidden in various places nearby. If you can find one of the stories and give it to this friend of ours, then there's a chance you'll become the model for the next portrait.
Wait a moment. So you mean that...
Hey! It's hard coming up with stuff on the spot like that.
There's a chance of meeting Calx in person?
Huh? Oh, yeah. You could say that.
Really? That's wonderful! I knew that Calx would attend the Itadori Festival, but convincing my father to let me come to Inazuma was proving to be quite the high hurdle. I had to really rack my mind to come up with the excuse of evaluating the investment value of Theater Mechanicus. Just a few days later, word then came that Calx would be busy painting portraits of the 5 Kasen during the festival. It is a most rare opportunity for both Calx and I to be in Inazuma together, but it seemed he would be too busy with the portraits to meet with me. So, I felt quite disappointed for some time now.
Don't worry, Xingqiu. Even though Calx has work to do, he still has time to see friends. We can take you to see him right now. Also, we heard that Calx did illustrations for your A Legend of Sword novel.
So you've already heard. To be honest, my works have drawn little interest in Liyue. However, the novels are selling quite well in Inazuma with the help of Calx's beautiful illustrations. Calx is not only a skilled artist, but he also carries out his craft with great alacrity. I heard that it took him merely a few hours to finish the illustrations for the latest chapter. But when I looked at the art, the brushwork did not even look the slightest bit rushed. His work is truly exquisite. Oh my, I was beginning to get carried away there. Let us depart, quickly now.
Looks Luckily, the idea of meeting Albedo managed to draw Xingqiu's attention and keep the situation under wraps. Let's just hope we don't let anything slip while meeting Albedo.
Paimon, he's right there.
Traveler, Paimon, how are you? And who is this accompanying you?
You must be Calx. It's a great pleasure to finally meet you. I am the author of A Legend of Sword, forgive me. It's rude of me to introduce myself by my pen name when meeting in person. Please, call me Xingqiu.
And you may call me Albedo, then.
No, that would be most improper.
Why not? Seeing as we're both friends of the Traveler, it'd be more convenient for us to use our real names. Besides, we've already corresponded with each other many times before. In fact, I feel a bit self-conscious seeing you act so politely.
It's not just you, Albedo. We haven't seen Xingqiu act this awkward before either.
You guys, it's certainly not good taste for you two to be teasing me like that. Oh, by the way, we happened to find a story from the poem hunt competition at the docks. I heard that you are collecting them.
Poem hunt?
You know, that thing where we have to find pieces of paper with stories of the 5 Kassen? Venti found one, and then he was allowed to be a model for one of your portraits.
Huh? Oh, yes, that's right. Oh, I understand the story now. Thank you. It's very helpful.
Splendid. Though, I'm still piecing together the story myself. Would you kindly explain it to me in more detail?
If all of you are free, why don't we discuss this over a meal?
Well, about that.
Do you have other plans, Xingqiu?
No, not at all. Speaking of dining, Shimura's unagi chasuke is quite delicious. Would you like to go there?
Shimura's. Unfortunately, today is a bit windy. How about Uyu Restaurant instead?
That's perfectly fine with me. But I must first unpack my luggage. Let's meet later at Uyu Restaurant.
Something didn't quite add up just now.
Huh? No way! Paimon thinks we acted well together. Oh, did we say something we weren't supposed to?
No, Paimon, I'm not referring to us. Traveler, what are your thoughts?
Huh? Xingqiu's suspicious? Hey, what are you two talking about?
Paimon, you read the poem, right? Although it may seem confusing to Xingqiu on its own, what if we read it together with a previous poem we found?
Read them together? Let's see. Suiko lost Aoi no Okina's poem in a drunken stupor. So, Aoi no Okina recovered the poem and gave it to some mysterious person. Huh? Wait a minute. Could today's story be hinting that the one who stole the latest copies of A Legend of Sword is Xingqiu himself? No way! That can't be right! Xingqiu only arrived in Inazuma this morning!
And that is precisely the point of suspicion. If Xingqiu had only just arrived in Inazuma, how could he recommend Shimura's Chasuke? Moreover, he didn't raise any questions when I suggested another place because of the windy weather. This means he knows that Shimura's is an open-air restaurant.
Are you saying that Xingqiu has already been in Inazuma for some time, and that he's only pretending he just arrived?
Yes, that is indeed my conclusion.
But how could Xingqiu be the book thief? His mission is to fight for justice, isn't it? There's no way he'd do something against his own ideals.
Calm down, Paimon. Even though this is the first time I've met Xingqiu in person, we've communicated via letters for some time now. I do have some understanding of his character. I think there must be some deeper motive at play here. The story also tells us that Aoi no Okina flees with a poem because of a threat.
Oh? Could Xingqiu be in danger?
It's difficult to say at this point. But given that Uyu Restaurant is indoors, it'll be easy for us to detect anyone following or eavesdropping on us. I think it should be safe for us to talk there. I'll be relying on your assistance to get to the bottom of this matter. Good. Then let's head to Uyu Restaurant.
Water from the hot springs has magical powers to heal your body and
I don't see anyone suspicious around. It seems clear for the moment. Let's go inside and wait for Xingqiu.
Oh, this whole thing's starting to make Paimon a little nervous. What do we do? And what do we talk about when Xingqiu gets here?
First, we must ascertain whether Xingqiu was already in Inazuma or not. If we can find evidence of him deceiving us, then we can use it as leverage to persuade him to tell us the truth. Since we're still waiting for him, why don't you go and chat with other guests in the restaurant and see if you can learn anything useful?
Hello there. What can I get for you?
Hi, do you have any special recommendations today?
Why, of course. I'd personally recommend our freshly caught seafood. It's been pouring these past few days, so the fishing boats haven't been able to sail at all. But the weather finally cleared up today, so we have some fresh catch.
So the weather at sea has been bad these past few days?
It sure has. A few guests from Liyue were just telling me that their boat was heaving and rolling all the way here. They couldn't do anything but sleep the entire trip.
Oh, this might be some useful information.
Then why was he so sleepy when he arrived here,
The last phase of the Itadori Festival is when they release the all-new publications. The one I'm really looking forward to is A Legend of Sword.
That's right. A signed first edition is going to become quite the collectible. I've got to get my hands on a copy.
I've seen Genyu's signature before. His handwriting is super neat. He must be really diligent about his style.
He'll be there in person on the day of the release, so we'll get a good look at him then. I hear that he's actually pretty young.
Wait a minute. Did you just hear that? Not only will Xingqiu be signing novels at the release, but his handwriting is super neat? Albedo, what should we talk about when Xingqiu gets here? Any ideas?
I will try to break the ice by talking about our work on novels and illustrations. If he really is hiding something, then he might feel even more nervous than we do. If we start by talking about our work creating novels, perhaps he will lower his guard.
Oh, come to think of it, Xingqiu mentioned that he'd like to thank you for finishing the illustrations on time. He said they looked amazing despite the time you had.
Is that so? That is also a very valuable clue.
That was delicious. Inazuman cuisine largely consists of fresh seafood, which is certainly to my liking.
That's good. We were worried you might not have an appetite because you didn't sleep well. Now's our chance. Let's talk to Xingqiu and see if he says anything useful. Maybe we could start by asking him about the journey.
Let's talk about his thoughts regarding the journey, because he may not know that it was like real rocky like the past few days. But if he arrived here before that, then for him he probably had smooth sailing, you know?
Well, I've never embarked on such a long journey before. Though I was quite excited when we set off, the long days at sea quickly became most monotonous.
Speaking of the journey, did anything noteworthy happen along the way?
Well, to be honest, I spent most of the trip with my nose in a novel.
Well, that didn't tell us much. By the way, Xingqiu, what book were you reading on the way here?
Oh, I was reading a novel called Pretty Please Kitsune Guji. It was sent to me by my editor.
Didn't you feel dizzy while reading on the ship?
It was nothing I couldn't handle. Don't forget, I'm proficient in the arts of the Guhua clan. That being said, there were quite a few people aboard who felt seasick.
Well, there doesn't seem to be anything suspicious about what he said so far.
To be honest, there wasn't much to see. Just water all around, morning to night. The sheer monotony of the trip caused everyone to grow a little impatient. So, when the peak of Mount Yogo finally appeared in the distance as we approached the islands of Inazuma, everyone crowded the deck to have a look. However, the ship sailed along at a crawling pace. It took a whole day from the time we saw the mountain peak to the time we docked.
Paimon didn't catch anything suspicious so far. Oh, right! If it took an entire day to reach the docks, then it would have been pouring rain at the time they saw the top of the mountain.
We learned a couple of things from his account, but we still require more evidence. Let's discuss creating novels with Xingqiu.
Speaking of illustrations, Albedo, I've long wished to express my sincerest gratitude for providing the illustrations in my novel. My novel didn't sell well in Liyue, so I must admit that I had some reservations regarding its potential. Yet you've consistently managed to select the most important scene of the chapter for your illustrations. This made me feel as though what I was trying to express could be understood after all.
Thank you. However, I took some risks in the illustrations, so I'm feeling slightly uneasy myself. Light novel illustrations are typically centered around the characters, but this time, I adopted a different approach in the illustration for the last chapter.
Well, that scene was intended to depict the change in the world, so I thought it very fitting to draw only scenery.
Doesn't sound like anything suspicious has come up so far.
No, there was a crack in his alibi. My illustrations were sent for printing the moment they arrived in Inazuma. So, logically speaking, there's no way he could possibly know what the illustrations look like. Xingqiu, we have something very important to ask you now.
Oh? Why the solemn looks all of a sudden? Huh? I'm afraid I don't follow.
Mr. Okazaki told us earlier that actually the weather at sea was very bad these last few days. So when you said that everyone came running to the deck to see Mount Yogo, that couldn't have happened!
On top of that, the latest installment of A Legend of Sword will only be revealed at the Itadori Festival. Even we, the creators, haven't received a sample copy. If that's the case, how could you know what my illustrations look like?
Well...
The jig's up, Xingqiu. You were already in Inazuma before today, weren't you? Are you in some kind of danger but can't tell us the truth? Don't worry. The Traveler and Albedo are no pushovers. We can help you.
No, please. You misunderstand me. I suppose my lack of sleep is inevitably taking its toll on my mind. I didn't notice for a moment that you were testing me at all. I did in fact come to Inazuma early to handle some things. Let me consider how to explain this. Oh, this is most embarrassing.
Oh, well, if this isn't a coincidence, I didn't expect to see everyone here.
What the fuck are you doing here? This is an interrogation room right now. Get out.
Huh? Tone Deaf Bard, what are you doing here?
I heard that the owner of this establishment has some fine-aged wines. I didn't want to miss the opportunity to taste them.
Paimon knew you couldn't possibly be up to anything good.
Says who? In fact, I come as the bearer of good tidings. I just bumped into Kujo Sara a moment ago. She said that the Tenryou Commission has apprehended the criminal who stole all those copies of A Legend of Sword. You needn't worry about it any longer.
The one person that you weren't supposed to mention this information in front of is right there. Right there.
Huh? The criminal who stole A Legend of Sword?
Did I say something I shouldn't have?
You think?
Oh no. The person they apprehended. Was it by chance an editor named Onodera?
Apologies, Kujo Sara didn't mention a name, but I saw her taking someone toward Hanamizaka.
Everyone, it's too late to explain. We must make haste and rescue Onodera.
Worthless!
Please, wait. Onodera is innocent.
Oh, so you must be the author of A Legend of Sword. I didn't expect to see others tagging along with you.
Anyway, you mustn't take him away. I can explain everything.
No need to worry, Zhenyu. I've just explained everything to Madame Kujo, and Kuroda has testified for me.
Yes. In fact, we were just getting ready to leave.
Oh, phew. What a relief. Wait a minute. Does everyone else here already know?
Well, to be precise, we had dispatched 2 additional squads here, in order to prevent the suspect from escaping.
Shincho looks pretty flustered. What exactly is going on here?
Though it's most embarrassing, it appears quite a few people are aware of the situation now. There's no use keeping it a secret. In the end, I'm the one responsible for this whole predicament.
No, Jinyu. It's only appropriate that I take responsibility for this. Everyone, please let me explain. For the Itadori Festival, I recommended the idea of selling newly released novels signed by the authors. Not only was this the first major project I was in charge of since joining the Yae publishing house, but Lady Yae also gave me a lot of support. However, I did not discuss our plans with the authors in advance. As a result, it caused a great deal of trouble for Jinyu.
Yes, to be frank, calligraphy is not my strong point, so signing events are really not my forte.
Even though such an event will be difficult for Jinyu, after telling him how important the plans were to me, he immediately boarded a ship to Inazuma to come up with a solution. So these past few days, Jinyu has been actively practicing his handwriting. However, it takes time to sign each book, and we realized the time we reserved for the signing was not nearly enough. So I came up with the idea of moving the new books from the warehouse to my place. That way, Jinyu could use these few days to sign them all. I thought everything would work out without a hitch. I never expected that someone would immediately realize that the books were missing from the warehouse. To make things worse, I was on vacation and staying with Jinyu in my house these past few days. I had no idea that the situation had turned into such a huge mess. All of this happened because I wanted to prove myself through this event.
Onodera, I agreed to your proposal because I didn't want the readers to know of my unsightly handwriting. Also, I knew that Onodera had been misled by one of my prior signatures. At a previous event, the Yae publishing house had requested autographs of authors so that they could be put on display. I practiced tirelessly for an entire day to finally deliver a stylish and elegant signature for the event. But looking back on it now, I had dug myself into a hole by delivering that nice signature for the sake of my pride.
Hey, come on, you two. Loosen up a little. The theft was nothing more than a simple misunderstanding. Besides, everyone has something they do not wish others to see.
Yeah, that's right. All that matters is that Shincho and his books are okay.
Onodera, I think you should explain the truth regarding the stolen books to the rest of the people on Rito.
Yes, I understand. I'll apologize to everyone.
We should probably be heading back to Rito as well. Let's tag along.
I'm getting real sick of this back and forth game.
Onodera, what are you doing here? Aren't you supposed to be on leave these few days?
I'm very sorry for all the trouble that I've caused.
Yes, Onodera, but why didn't you tell everyone earlier? If you had told us, we could have thought of some ways to help you.
That's right. We're a team, and we should be helping each other in tough situations like this.
Let's leave the past behind us now. Our first priority is to help Jinyu with his signatures. How is your progress so far?
My progress is not what I had hoped for. Even after working through the night these past few days, I've only finished perhaps 1/10 of the signatures.
Oh, no wonder Shincho looked so sleepy today.
I understand. Murata, go back to Yae Publishing House and get Aratani to book a room on the second floor of the Uyu restaurant. We'll be using it for Jinyu's emergency calligraphy lessons.
Yes, Mr. Hirayama. It just so happens that my brother is a calligrapher. Should I ask him to lend his assistance as well?
Yes, good idea. Ah, you've just reminded me. 2 calligraphers from Liyue arrived today. We've worked with them before, so I'll go and ask them to help out too.
It seems I'm really in for it now.
No need to worry, Jinyu. I'm sure you can do it. Didn't you finish the last chapter of your novel in just 1 week's time?
Yes, but writing novels and learning calligraphy are 2 entirely different skills.
Even though Shincho still has to deal with his handwriting issue, Paimon saw somehow feels a little relieved now.
I always used to prefer working alone in my workshop, but I've come to realize that solving problems with others also has its merits.
We also owe a special ode of gratitude to the mysterious person who has been leaving important info for us along the way.
Huh? You mean whoever left behind those stories about the 5 Kasen?
Pardon me, but what are you talking about?
Oh, right. We haven't had a chance to explain things to Shincho yet.
I see. It appears that Onodera and I were spotted when we were moving the books. Albedo, may I ask you one thing? Are you able to include me in a portrait as well? Not only do I owe the successful resolution of today's incident to that story, but I also hope that I'll remember this lesson.
No problem. Considering the similarities between the portrait and the events that have taken place, your proposal is very reasonable.
That figure was none other than Aoi no Okina himself. This turn of events had begun with an unnamed individual, under whose coercion, Aoi no Okina was forced to take drastic measures to retrieve a page of poetry. He knew nothing of this individual's true intentions. All he knew was that the poem had to do with an old acquaintance, Akahito.
Albedo really is something. He finished the portrait of Aoi no Okina in no time at all. Wonder how Shincho's calligraphy training is going at Uyu Restaurant. Hey, do you think whoever left those stories for us could be hiding somewhere nearby? Oh, hello? Mr. Storywriter? Are you here? Could you please help Shincho with something? He's a friend of ours and the release of his new book is super important to him. Oh, what's that sound? It was just a cat. Looks like we can't make them reveal themselves that easily. It's getting late now. Well, let's go back and get some rest. We still have to go to the docks and wait for another ship tomorrow morning.
So many complaints. What should I do? Ah, are you the traveler who my superior said would come and help us out? You came at the perfect time. We're facing a small problem here. As you know, the Itadori Festival is underway. In addition to all the things on sale, there's a lot of free entertainment programs available. But today, we received numerous complaints that a group of people have been hogging the Tanuki photo board. They won't leave so no one else gets to use it. What a headache. Well, we tried talking to them, but the original point of these entertainment facilities was to let people freely enjoy the festival. So in principle, it's open to everyone. And there's no time limit on usage. This means that as long as they haven't done anything technically illegal, even if they keep hogging it, there is nothing we can do. So, can you try negotiating with them for us? If these complaints can't be resolved and Madame Kujo finds out, I'll lose my bonus this month for sure.
Hogging a photo board, huh? We know who would do something like that. Should we go and have a look?
Thank you so much. You'll find them by the Tanuki photo board just east of the square.
Well, if it isn't Arataki Itto and his gang. Paimon knew it was gonna be them. Let's go and see what all this is about.
I get to see my boy again. Hell yeah, my man, Itto!
Hey, traveler, Paimon, what's happening? Oh, you came here for the Itadori Festival too? Oh, see, I knew it! Great minds think alike, huh?
You're such a child. We're here to take care of a little problem.
Yo, right. Yeah, well, who's got a problem? The Arataki gang considers it our born duty to help those in need. Wait, huh?
The Arataki gang is the problem. The Tenryo Commission said you guys have been hogging the photo board and nobody else has had a chance to use it.
Oh, well, no, we haven't. It's kind of a long story. Hey, Mamoru, you're up. Explain the situation to these good people.
Yes, boss. The story starts 2 months ago, when we first found out about the Itadori Festival.
Why is there a long, drawn-out backstory to this? Like, literally just leave. I love you guys, but literally just leave. That's all that's necessary here.
As everyone knows, this is a festival all about showcasing culture, with books on all kinds of topics on display and for sale. Our boss is very forward-thinking. He thought we should seize this golden opportunity to publish some material introducing the Arataki Gang and help craft a glorious public image.
He also said we can make some money out of it to support ourselves.
Well, that wasn't the main reason, obviously.
Of course that was your main reason.
At first, we had plenty of time. In 2 months, boss planned to write 60 pages.
But 1 month in, and he'd written a grand total of 1 line.
Well, I mean, come on, you gotta make sure the quality is up to scratch.
More like worst procrastinator ever.
So we cut some of the planned content, and figured it would still be fine if we could put out 20 pages in the next month.
But the day after that, the boss got a hold of this card game called Genius Invocation TCG. Everyone loved it!
It felt like we only played a few rounds, but before we knew it, half a month had gone by. I'm telling you, this game, it's pretty incredible.
I was just gathering inspiration for my writing. What?
Sure you were. Inspiration that has absolutely nothing to do with what you were writing about.
So then we only had 2 weeks left. No way was that going to be enough time to publish a book. Boss said we should just make a colorful flyer instead. That way we'd only need to think of a slogan.
That makes more sense. It shouldn't take too long to think of a slogan, right?
Yeah, it didn't take long at all. We came up with 30 slogans between us in just half a day.
But 30 was too many, and we couldn't agree with each other on which one to use. It took us a week to make the final decision.
That was when we realized we'd have to pay an expensive express fee for the printing, because there was so little time left.
And we couldn't afford it.
You gotta take it slow if you want to do something well. Pay an express fee and they're gonna do a rush job, and then there's gonna be all sorts of problems. The Arataki Gang only puts out the very best into the world, and that is why I decided to give up on that project. Yep, well said. You gotta do what keeps you happy. Same goes for humans and Oni alike. And it's not every day that you get to go to an Itadori Festival, right? So priority number 1 right now is enjoying ourselves to the max!
And the way you chose to enjoy yourselves was to commandeer a novelty photo board?
So at first, boss brought us here to buy some drinks. He said there was some sort of Itadori Festival limited edition soft drink available.
That's right. This ain't no ordinary drink either. It's a special edition joint creation of Sailing Breeze and Yai Publishing House, as featured in the popular novel Pretty Please Kitsune Guji.
What?
But when we got to the festival, the staff wouldn't let us in because of our unusual outfits. They said we had to show up looking like our normal selves before they'd let us in.
We'd invested a lot of time and money into the way we looked, and then they accused us of spoiling the image of the city.
One thing led to another, and by the time we finally got to Sailing Breeze's booth, all the drinks were sold out. We were pretty disappointed, but there was nothing we could do. Then we saw this photo board on the way back. Boss said we can't let the trip go to waste, so...
So you decided to take over the whole area for your own use?
I beg to differ. It's public property. We didn't commandeer anything. We're just making sure public resources get used to the max.
Yeah, boss is right. We're the ones making the most out of this thing.
Never let a single moment in your life go to waste. That's our policy in the Arataki Gang, and we're out here making sure this photo board gets the most out of its lifespan too.
Oh, brother, what a noble cause.
But we spent so much money on our appearance. We only had enough left for one of those drinks. We don't have anywhere near enough to buy books.
But you can't just take over this photo board for yourselves because it's free and you don't have any money. Other people have the right to use it too.
I guess when you put it like that, I can kind of see where you're coming from.
So come on, let someone else have their turn already.
But you know full well that the Arataki Gang has a reputation to uphold. If I say I'm gonna make the most out of this board, then I have to live up to my words. If we just scrap our plan like that, we'd be going against our word. A gang's gotta have integrity, or it does huge damage to your prestige. That being said, we won't have to worry about any of that if we can settle this the Arataki way.
The Arataki way, huh? Paimon has a bad feeling about this.
So I, Arataki numero uno Itto, challenge you to an all-out, no-holds-barred, anything-goes duel. If you win, I will leave this board alone. Oh, beetle fighting is an awesome idea! Just so happens I caught myself a true beast of an Oni Kabuto the other day. I call it Demon of Darkness. Unfortunately, I didn't bring Demon of Darkness with me today, so...
Well, that's a relief.
So, how are we gonna do this duel? Let's think. Yeah, wow, this is a tough nut to crack. Let me think for a second.
Hey, look! Isn't that Toma? Guess he's here for the festival too. Why don't we ask Toma how to do this duel? Paimon bets he'll have tons of ideas. Toma! Toma! Over here!
Hey, Traveler and Paimon.
They're finally meeting. I'm so excited. I'm ready for this interaction. It's gonna be gold.
What a nice surprise meeting you guys here. Well, I heard that a certain well-known individual had made an appearance at the festival and taken quite a liking to the Tanuki photo board. Since the Yashiro Commission is the host of this festival, I felt I simply had to come and meet them in person. Red horns. If I'm not mistaken, you must be the esteemed Arataki Itto, leader of the widely renowned Arataki gang. Is that right?
Toma, my bro, your eyes do not deceive you. And you are the housekeeper extraordinaire of the Kamisato clan. You're quite the celebrity yourself, you know.
Well, I'm flattered, Itto. And it's nice to meet you too, bro.
Whoa. There's a serious bromance developing here.
I didn't expect to run into both Itto and the Traveler here. Speaking of which, I kind of count as the host here, so is anything wrong? Don't worry, you can tell me anything.
It's all Itto. He wants to...
No, it's no big deal. We were just about to have a duel, and, we're trying to think of what format it should take.
Oh, a duel. In that case, I have a suggestion. Since your duel is taking place at the Itadori Festival, why don't you have a volunteering competition? Then you can both do your part for the Itadori Festival while settling your duel at the same time. What do you think?
Volunteering competition? It sounds a little low-key. Not quite hardcore enough for the Arataki gang. I give this idea an interest rating of 2 points. One for the Traveler, one for Toma.
Boss means, 2 points out of 100.
Yeah, this job isn't the most high stakes, that's for sure. It just takes a little patience and responsibility. Also, since it's volunteering, by definition, there's no remuneration. All you'll get is this special edition drink from Sailing Breeze, as a small token of appreciation. On second thought, this is nowhere near enough for the prestigious Arataki gang. I don't know what I was thinking.
Wait a sec. What was that part about the, token of appreciation?
Oh, it's just a special edition drink produced by Yae Publishing House and Sailing Breeze. It's really nothing special.
Boss, that's the one! If we take this gig, we'll get that drink!
Oh, so, Toma, my bro, my guy, my dude. Maybe I didn't explain properly. When I said 2 points, that's out of a total of 2. If there's one thing the Arataki gang is known for, I kid you not, it's our patience and responsibility. It's an awesome idea, totally hardcore, practically tailor-made just for me. Traveler, let's do this for our duel, huh? It'll be amazing! Whoever volunteers the hardest wins. What do you think?
You didn't seem too interested in it just a second ago.
Hey, this is the mighty Arataki, above all bold-blooded Itto you're talking to here. I'm a say what I mean what I say, might sound mean, but I say it anyway kind of guy. And I say, we're gonna have this duel.
AKA doesn't want people to know he's only doing it for the drinks kind of guy.
If it's decided, then allow me to take the role of your judge. The volunteer work is simple. You just need to give your help to people who need it during the festival. I will assign some job requests that I've already received to you.
So basically, I'm just gonna be an errand boy again. Man, I have way more experience in this than this guy.
If you're ready, we can begin.
Gotta go fast!
Are you the volunteer? As you can see. Can you help me
Sweeping.
clean up the place, please?
Okay.
Thank you so much.
Okay. I have to beat this man.
Our next job is to help a visitor.
The fuck are you doing? Help the visitor. You're cute, tiny child. You're so small.
Miss! Hey, Kajira! Can you help me, miss?
Where did you have it
So
last?
basically, every time we run into you, we have to go Tamari hunting.
Pretty much. Where the fuck is it? Where is it? Oh my god. Oh my god, Zhao, please, he's gonna beat us, go!
Great! Thanks, miss.
Okay, one last
No!
We need to help move some goods at the port. Let's go!
Okay, yeah, there's no fucking way I was supposed to win this shit. How was I supposed to go all the way there and all the way back? Excuse me. Of course he beat me. All of his jobs were in the general vicinity. Mine's out the fucking port. What do you want?
Are you the festival volunteers?
Yes.
Great.
Yeah, there's no fucking way I was gonna be able to win this shit. Who the fuck? No time. No time.
I heard the Yashiro Commission has arranged for Sailing Breeze to prepare some special drinks for the volunteers as a way of saying thank you. Soy milk is actually one of the ingredients for the drink. It's freshly made every day. In fact, the last batch of soy milk we processed has just been sent over. You'll get to try it very soon.
What? So Sailing Breeze's special drink has soy milk in it? Itto won't be able to drink that.
Oh, that's true.
Hurry! We've got to get to Sailing Breeze before he does.
Shit, yeah, because that's a... He's gonna be allergic to that. Buddy, don't drink it.
What took you so long? I've been here ages. Completed my tasks a long time ago. So there you have it. When volunteering is the name of the game, no one volunteers harder than Arataki Itto. You lose, I win, and to the victor go the special edition spoils. Behold, the Drink of Champions, created by Sailing Breeze in collaboration with Yae Publishing House, and as featured in the popular work, Pretty Please Kitsune Guji? Woo, all this talk's making me thirsty. Don't mind if I do. Drink of Champions, it's time to come home. Woo! That's the good stuff!
Is this where he dies? I think he might just die. Well, rip, my dude.
That was a mighty fine drink. Although, maybe it was past its prime.
Boss, they said they think there might be, beans in the drink.
Huh?
Ah! The boss is down! The boss is down!
Quick, get him to a doctor!
What's wrong? Can't Arataki Itto drink soy products?
He's allergic to beans!
Oh, my goodness. Okay, quick, grab Itto and follow me. I'll get a doctor. I sure hope it's not too serious. I'm sorry, I didn't even consider this possibility. It was all my fault. Leave Itto to me. I'll make sure he stands again. Don't worry, I'll see you later.
So, your friend is allergic to beans. It's a very rare condition, though I have heard about it. I'm so sorry that our drink caused such a problem. I feel terrible. If you don't mind, please take this. This is a special drink formula with no soy milk. I could see that your friend enjoyed this drink a lot. Although it tastes slightly different without the soy milk, I'm sure this version will be more suitable for your friend. Please accept it, along with our sincere apologies.
Welcome home, almighty Shogun.
Well, since you asked.
A crowdsourcing competition is now underway. Take part and win prizes.
Imposter. That's a good picture. That is a good picture. Fucking face.
Welcome home, almighty Shogun.
Come on now.
Now you're trapped. Shit.
Come on now.
Now you're trapped.